Studio The Son Who Was Sold. Complete story. Jaehyun was 9 years old, and his parents sold him. Not for money, for debt. His father had borrowed from the wrong people. His mother had signed the papers. They had traded their son for their lives. "I'm sorry," his mother said, not looking at him. "We have no choice." "Where are you sending me?" "Away, somewhere safe." She was lying. He knew she was lying. Her voice was shaking. Her hands were trembling. She couldn't look him in the eye. They took him to a warehouse. The building was cold and dark. The walls were rusted. The floor was cracked. Strangers stood in the shadows, watching. They handed him to a man named Kang. He was tall, broad, with cold eyes that never blinked. His parents drove away. They didn't look back. Jaehyun didn't cry. He had learned early that crying was useless. Jaehyun was trained to fight. Not for sport, for survival. Kang was cold, cruel, and he saw Jaehyun as an investment, a piece of property, a tool to be sharpened. "You're worthless now," Kang said, "but I'll make you valuable." Jaehyun learned to endure. He learned to obey. He learned to smile when he wanted to scream. He learned to fight, not with honor, with brutality. He learned to hurt people before they could hurt him. He learned to survive in a world where mercy was weakness and weakness was death. Years passed. He grew taller, stronger, more dangerous. Kang started sending him on jobs. Small ones at first, a robbery here, a beating there, then bigger ones, more violent ones. Jaehyun did what he was told. He had no choice. Every time he resisted, Kang reminded him who owned him. "You're mine," Kang said. "You'll always be mine. No matter how far you run, I'll find you. No matter how strong you get, I'll break you." Jaehyun believed him. For a long time, he believed him. Jaehyun was 19 when he escaped. He waited for the right moment, when Kang's guard was down, when the compound was empty, when the guards were distracted. He ran. He didn't look back. He ran through the night, through the forest, through the city streets. He ran until his legs gave out, until his lungs burned, until he collapsed. He found a new city, a new life. He changed his name. He kept his head down. He worked as a bouncer at a club. It wasn't glamorous, but it was his. He had a small apartment, a bed, a door that locked. He thought he was safe. He was wrong. Kang found him. Not in person, through a message. "I know where you are. I know what you've done. I know who you've become." Jaehyun's blood ran cold. His hands shook. His heart pounded. "You're not free. You'll never be free. I own you. I've always owned you, and I'll always own you." The message ended with an address. Jaehyun stared at the screen. His reflection stared back at him. He had a choice. Run again. Spend the rest of his life looking over his shoulder, always afraid, always running. Or go back and face the man who owned him. He went back. Kang was waiting for him. "You came," Kang said. He was sitting in a chair. His legs were crossed. His hands were folded. "I came to end this." "How?" "By killing you." Kang laughed. "You think you can kill me?" "I don't think I know." Kang reached for his gun. Jaehyun was faster. Kang's body hit the floor. His eyes were still open. His face was frozen in surprise. Jaehyun stood over him. He felt nothing. No relief, no joy, no guilt. Just emptiness. He walked out of the warehouse, into the night, into the unknown. He was free. But he didn't know what to do with it. Jaehyun found his parents. They were old, broken. They lived in the same house he had left. The paint was peeling. The roof was sagging. His mother opened the door. She stared at him. Her eyes were blank. "Who are you?" she asked. "You don't recognize me." She looked at him again. Her face went pale. "Jaehyun." "Yes." "You're alive." "You sold me. You gave me away." "I'm sorry," she said. "We had no choice." "You had a choice. You chose yourselves." His father came to the door. He looked older, weaker. He didn't speak. Jaehyun looked at them. They were strangers. He walked away. He didn't look back. Jaehyun met her at the bus station. She was young, scared, alone. Her clothes were torn, her eyes were red. She was holding a small bag. "Where are you going?" he asked. "I don't know." "Can I come with you?" "Why?" "Because I have nowhere else to go." Jaehyun looked at her. She reminded him of himself, the fear in her eyes, the hopelessness in her voice. He nodded. "Come on." Jaehyun found a job, a small apartment, a new life. He wasn't happy, but he wasn't empty. The girl stayed with him. She told him her name was Mina. She was 16. She had been trafficked too. She had escaped. She had nowhere to go. She became his sister, the only family he had. He made a promise to himself. He would never let anyone own him again, and he would never let anyone become a slave. He started helping others, people who were trapped, people who had no one, people who had been sold, traded, abandoned. He became their escape. And for the first time, Jaehyun felt something. Not peace, not happiness. Just purpose. End of story. Thank you for listening to The Son Who Was Sold. Subscribe for more stories.